The Weiss tribe.
And so they have to divide and make their own way in their own family?
Yeah. And sometimes it can end up hurting each other, killing. They've killed, they hurt. They want to fight each other, they want to fight.
And what are you learning as you observe as the frog? What are you observing about that?
What's the point?
There's no point in fighting. Yeah.
The tiger looks at me and doesn't eat me. He looks and sees what comes. And they fight. They fight with spears. They fight with rocks, and if they didn't, they'd prosper.
They prosper. So you're observing a destructive family tribe there.
Yeah.
And tell me, you know, when you move on from your life as a frog, where do you go when you move from your life as a frog?
New York.
You go to New York?
New York.
So you move into a different life?
Yeah.
So while you're in New York, tell me, are you male or female?
Female.
Very good. Look at your dress and tell me, what are you wearing there?
A dress, and it's by my knees. It's to my knees, and it's...
What colour is it?
Blue.
Blue? Very good.
It's floaty.
What's your name in that life?
I want to say Angel.
Angel. Angel. You're there in New York, and I want you to tell me what year it is there.
1927.
1927. What are you doing there, Angel?
I'm in a tall building. A long, tall building, and I'm outside of it, looking at it. And I feel like I'm banging on the window.
Well, see yourself banging on the window. Are you trying to get the attention of somebody inside?
Yes.
Who is it that you were banging on the window to?
A man.
And this man, do you know him?
Yes. He's my dad.
He's your dad?
He's reading the paper.
How old are you there?
27-ish.
So you're trying to get the attention of your father there?
Yeah.
So what's the reason that you're trying to get the attention of your father?
I don't think I'm alive.
You don't think you're alive? So you don't feel that you have a body?
No, I don't think I do. I feel like I'm outside trying to get the attention.
Are you trying to get the attention of your father? So you had a life there, but you passed over?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the name Angel, is that because you feel like you're an angel?
Yeah.
So if you could communicate with your father, what message would it be that you give to him as he sat there reading the paper?
Just listen to me. Just hear what I've got to say.
Well, tell him what you want him to know.
I want him to listen to me. I want him to just hear what I've said. and not what others are saying.
Right.
Hear what I'm saying.
Is this about your passing?
About my life.
About your life? What happened to your life there?
I see a tractor.
Uh-huh.
An old... It was a farm, but it wasn't... It was dry. The land was dry, and I had a headscarf on to try and stop my hair getting dirty and dusty. And it doesn't matter what I say. They don't listen.
Who's they?
My dad, his girlfriend, their daughter, and a man.
And a man? Do they actually know that you're there? Can they see you? Do they sense you?
They can on the farm, but not in the tower.
Not in the tower. So tell me, because I asked you about your life in that life and how you were taken. You told me it was a tractor. Were you run over by a tractor, or were you injured in some way?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I see a snake again.
A snake?
And a rock.
And a rock? Tell me about the snake and rock.
I fell over. My ankle was sore. I'm holding my left ankle. And then then there's nothing.
And then there's nothing. Is that when you were taken? Is that
Yeah.
when you ended your life?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So if you could look into the eyes of your father there, knowing that the eyes are the windows to the soul, does he remind you of anybody in this life today?
My sister.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it reminds me of my sister.
And the other people that were there with him, the girlfriend, the daughter and that man, do they remind you of anybody in your life today?
I like the daughter. I like her. She's nice. No, she hasn't come yet. She will, but not yet.
She hasn't come yet?
No.
And that man in that life, does he play a role in this life? Or not?
Cat.
It's the cat. The man is the cat.
I want to point over there to the cat.
Very good. Very good. You don't like the man?
I don't like the man. I always get a horrible feeling when he's around.
What's his name?
Tom.
Tom. Do I have permission to speak with Tom today?
Yeah.
So in a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead, and I want Tom to be able to use your voice to tell me just what's going on. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Tom, come forward and speak with me. Tell me, what is it that she feels uncomfortable with you around?
She doesn't like me.
Why doesn't she like you?
Because I don't do what she wants. I do the right thing.
All right.
I do what's right.
You do what's right. So what does she want you to do?
She wants a farm and a cow.
Uh-huh.
And she wants me to make money so that we can have good life. But she thinks we'll have a good life. It's hard work and she can't do it. I have to do it and she can't do it.
So thank you very much, Tom, for coming forward and explaining that. So Angel, what I want you to do now, I want you to look around and tell me, you say that you don't feel that you're in the body and you're looking down at the people in this tower, trying to communicate with them. What is it that you want to tell the people in this tower?
Do it. Just do it. Get on with it.
Get on.
Do it.
Get on with things.
Yeah.
Very good. And so now that you've given your message, Angel, I want you to travel back to your soul group so that we can connect with your soul family. So just feel yourself there, drifting, floating, all the way up and up towards your soul family. And can I ask, can I let that cat out?
Yeah.
So just feel yourself drifting, floating forward, up and up and up and up. So that you're there now. And as you look around in your soul group, tell me, how many people are there in your soul group?
4.
There's 4. Describe them to me.
They're colours of light, like balls of light.
Balls of light. Do the colours mean different things?
I think they just represent the different energies that are there.
Very good.
The purple one's really strong. The purple, like a warm, hot, pinky purple.
How wonderful. Ask that warm, hot, pink, purple energy to come forward and speak on behalf of your group. And what kind of soul group is this? What do you do in that group?
Family support.
Family support. It's all about family support and network.
Yeah.
And is that why she's been working and observing family as that frog in that tribe?
Yeah.
And connecting with that family and that life on that farm?
Yeah.
How's she doing in this group? Ask them, how's she doing today?
She's getting there.
She's getting there.
There's still more work to be done.
So what is it that she's about to embark on today in this life? What is it that she's here for?
Support. She has to support them around her. They're not always going to listen. But because she's there, slowly they will do.
So this is the pattern of behaviour, isn't it? Where you were Angel and you were trying to get people to listen.
Yeah.
And they weren't. So if you could get a message from your soul group for yourself today, what would that message be?
I just feel warm and loved. Loved.
Warm and loved. So now we've got that message, what I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to do a body scan now. And so we're going to start at the top of the head and we're just going to scan all the way down to the tips of the toes. And I just want you to make a note of where there may be energy that's slightly out of line. And then we can work on that. So let's start now at the top of the head and working all the way down. Down the forehead, down the face, into the shoulders and the back of the neck. and down the torso into that heart area. I want you to follow around that tummy area, down the thighs to the knees, all the way to the ankles, the tips of the toes, and go back up. And tell me, where can we work on in the body today?
The right ankle.
The right ankle. Mm-hmm.
What's there is coming out to the legs and the tummy.
So the right ankle, what is in there is coming out into the legs and the tummy?
Yeah.
So I'm going to connect with the energy in this right ankle, and I want you to go down as small as a cell now and follow your way all the way down to this ankle. And as you're in that energy area, tell me, how does it feel? What's the emotion and the energy feeling like?
Lost.
Lost? So is this an energy that is lost?
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to bring that energy up to the voice. And so we can just find out about this energy, why it's lost, and help it on its way. So let's bring it up to the throat. Energy, what are you doing down there in the ankle?
I'm making her aware.
You're making her a what?
Aware.
Aware.
That I'm there.
Yeah. So when did you sneak into this body? How old was she?
Years ago. 32.
32 years ago? What was she doing 32 years ago for you to sneak into her body?
She was playing
Uh-huh.
at the tree.
She was playing at the tree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, I'll get in there and I'll make her aware I'm there. I'm there. And I'll be there. But I won't let go.
Why won't you let go?
She's not quite ready to yet.
So what symptoms do you cause her being there in her ankle? What do you do for her?
I pull her back.
You pull her back?
I stop her from going where she needs to be.
So tell me, are you just energy, or did you have a life yourself at some stage?
I was alive once.
You were alive once, so you're an attachment. What was your name in that life? What did people call you?
Michael.
Michael. Michael, tell me about your life. I want you to travel back to that time of your life and describe it to me. How old were you?
80.
You're 80. What happened to you, Michael?
They just left me.
Who left you?
My family, everyone. They just left me there.
The family left you. So what country was that?
I was in England.
It was in England. What year
Where she
was it?
found me.
She found you?
Yeah.
Was she in that life with you there?
No, she weren't.
What year was it when you passed over, Michael?
800.
800. So why did your family abandon you there, Michael?
I got too much. I was a burden.
You were a burden.
And they left me.
So your family, did they live in one place or did they travel?
They travelled.
I see. So was it the way of the times that they...
Yeah.
It was the way of the times.
But it didn't feel right.
It didn't feel right that you be left.
I wanted more, like I had more to give.
And is that why you didn't go to Spirit when you had the chance? You wanted to stay?
Yeah. I had to stay. It wasn't time for me to go yet.
But Now that you've snuck into this body and you're telling me that you're actually holding her back, yeah?
Yeah.
You're not actually doing her any good, are you?
No.
Mm-hmm. So do you know who's waiting for you, Michael, in spirit, all this while? Do you know who's there waiting for you? Shall I show you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I want you to feel a leather-bound book in your hands now, Michael. Feel around those edges, and in a moment I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1 I want you to open that book to the first page, and when you do you'll see who's just been waiting for you in spirit all this while. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1, open that page and tell me, what do you see there?
I see a woman.
A woman?
With grey hair. Long grey hair.
Uh-huh. But you can telepathically communicate with her, Michael. What is she saying to you?
Come back home.
Come back home. You see? They've been waiting for you, Michael, all this time. Are you ready to go?
No.
Mm-hmm. So what is it that you want to stay in this body for?
I don't want to go yet.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stay and see more.
You want to
more.
stay and see more? I want you to communicate with that woman there that's come to collect you, so that she can show you that when you get to spirit, how you'll be released, renewed, and able to come back and have your own life in your own body. You won't need to borrow somebody else's as a host, will you?
Can I?
Mm-hmm. When you go home back to spirit and you rest and recuperate, you can choose another life of your own, so you don't really need to harbour yourself into somebody else's body at all, Michael. You can have your own body. How does that sound?
Unreal.
Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do now, Michael, I want you to go into that ankle and start beginning to pull all those memories and all those thoughts that you've been giving my client about holding her back, and keep bringing them up into an energy ball, gathering them up and up and up and up until they're all there now. Have you got those?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to connect with your ankle now. Bring that. I want you to place that into my hand, Michael. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Very good. Offer that up to spirit. Now, Michael, what I want you to do is I want you to bid farewell to your host here, knowing that you're going to have a new body. Are you ready to do that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So with that in mind, give her a hug, bid her farewell, and be on your way. And may the light of the universe always accompany you. So I now want to talk to the inner self and ask again, look around that body there and tell me, is there anything else in the body that we can work on, or do I get to the questions? The questions. I want to ask about her guides and somebody called Powwow. How many guides does she have?
8.
She has 8. Uh-huh. Describe them to me.
She knows Snow. He comes and sees her a lot.
Snow?
Yeah. He never talks, but he's always there. Powwow is just learning. He's not got all the skills yet to talk. He's come to practice with her.
Oh, so he's observing.
He can understand and she understands, but he hasn't got the skills yet.
Uh-huh. So he's still in training.
Yeah.
Very good. And the other guides, what do they do as a whole?
They protect her.
They
Keep her safe.
Keep her safe. Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need anything else.
Mm-hmm. And tell me about this cat Arthur. Why did cat Arthur come into her life?
To show her love.
To show her love. Huh?
He came when she didn't need him.
Mm-hmm.
But he needed her.
I see. So it was a good match. And I want to be able to communicate with Emmanuel. Do we have permission to ask Emmanuel to come forward?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So as I call on Emmanuel now, to your voice box. Good afternoon, Emmanuel.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. I'm told that you've been around for some time, Emmanuel. What is it that you want to get around to telling her?
I don't want to tell her. I just want to be around her.
Ah, you want to be around her. Why is that?
She shows me things I'd not understood before.
Uh-huh.
I didn't believe in what she did. But when I'm with her, I see it differently.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels right, it feels better.
So you're actually learning from her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Observing.
You're observing?
Yeah.
So you've actually come down to learn for yourself, observing?
There's someone else.
Mm-hmm. Describe that someone else to me.
They're dark. They stay in the shadows. They don't want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say, I tell them what she's doing. I tell them what I see.
Mm-hmm.
I come to her. They come through me to her.
Uh-huh. You say they. Who are they? Are they spirit? Are they from a different dimension? What are they?
They heavy,
Uh-huh.
dark.
They're heavy and dark. Mm-hmm.
They're not good.
They're not good. So tell me, are you one of them or are they using you, Emmanuel?
They created me.
They created you?
So I'm not fully dark like they are.
Uh-huh. They created you to host this body, to find out what she's doing.
Yeah.
Why do they need to know all this information?
Because they're not whole, they're not full, they're not complete.
Mm-hmm.
And when they hear from her, it makes them feel better.
Uh-huh.
It makes them feel lighter
Mm-hmm.
and not what they are.
I see. So what they're actually doing is they're trying to get to the light through her. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And did they actually have permission to come through her body? Did she give them that permission? Or did you just jump in?
They've jumped into mine,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't want them around her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want them to know that if they follow the white light source, they don't need to harvest themselves in her body anymore. I want them to now to be able to connect with that white light energy that might just be a tiny spark of light into the centre of their being. And as they focus on that white light, I want them to activate it now, turn it up brighter and brighter and brighter. So you can see they can make their own light and their own energy. They don't need to come down and harvest this body, do they?
They're scared of it.
They're scared of it. Mm-hmm. I want them just to feel the energy coming from that white light and feel all that love and compassion and warmth and understanding. And to know that they're safe. Is this what they've been looking for?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And
So-
she is safe.
And she is safe.
And more will come.
And more will come.
Because she is safe.
Explain to me that, because I was hoping that they'd all go to source. Why do they need to come through her to go to source?
Because she can connect.
I see. So she can connect and signpost them up.
Yeah.
So this feeling that she has of Emmanuel being really uncomfortable around her and clawing on her body, can he connect with her in a different way to make her feel less comfortable?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And what I want to ask Emmanuel now is that for everybody that comes her way, she'll signpost them to source, but they're not to harbour in her body. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So I want to continue to speak with my client now. Thank you for working with me. I want to ask about this lupus that she has. And I want you to go all the way down. Follow that word, the lupus. Keep following that word and that memory in your body all the way down, right to the very root cause of it. And tell me, where does she hold that memory in her body?
In her stomach.
In her stomach. Uh-huh. And tell me, is that memory from this life or is it from a previous life?
Past.
A past life? Uh-huh. So what I want to do now is I want to come and work. I want to come and work on the stomach now as I hold my hand here. I just want to feel that energy. And I want you now to take yourself back in time, all the way back, down and down. Back in time, all the way to when this first began. Be there now. And tell me, is she male or female?
Female.
Female. So what happened in her life, in that life?
It's dark. There's a tent.
Dark and there's a tent. Very good. Uh-huh. What country is it that you're in? Just the first impression.
Africa.
You're in Africa. And are you inside the tent or outside?
Inside.
You're inside.
There's a mosquito.
Ah, it's a mosquito. Tell me more. What happens?
It's buzzing around and it bites my arm.
It bites your arm. And what kind of effect does that have on you?
It makes me really sick.
It makes
really
you
hot.
Mm-hmm.
Hotter than the days can make me.
Mm-hmm. And is that what started this, triggered this lupus?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I was in the sand,
Uh-huh.
looking for something in the sand.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I feel like I'm looking for antiquities
Uh-huh.
and I'm brushing the sand away. And there's bones,
Mm-hmm.
a jawbone.
A jawbone.
Yeah.
And what has that got to do with this lupus then?
Germs.
The germs. So is that where the
Yeah.
germs connected with her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And where does she hold the memory then of that in her body?
in the stomach, she wiped her forehead because it was warm, and it made her sick. And she went into a tent and then never came out.
And she never came out?
Yeah.
Was that because of the mosquito bite and the...
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, the combination, the cocktail of the germ from the bones. So these bones, are they significant? What kind of bones were they? Were they human bones?
Human.
Human bones?
Had a bandage on it, hanging down.
Did it?
Yeah, not a lot, just a little bit. It was... It wasn't the full skeleton. It was the jaw. And a hand bone. Small hands. I think it was a child.
It was a child?
I think it was my child.
It was your child?
From a long time ago, not now.
So you went to collect your child?
Yeah.
And that caused the lupus with the cocktail of the germ and the mosquito bite?
Yeah.
And that memory you say is in a body? In a tummy area?
Yeah.
Let's go in.
Deep inside.
It's deep inside, so let's go now. I want you to go down, down, deep inside this tummy area, down to the deepest, deepest roots of the memories. And I want you to feel yourself there now, around this memory, and know that this memory doesn't serve you today, does it? So we need to be able to release this memory. Before we can, we need to be able to move this energy out of the body. So what I'd like you to do now, on the sound of my voice, I just want you to go in there and just see yourself pulling out those memories. Just like you're pulling the weeds out of a garden. See yourself pulling those memories out. And I want you to begin to place them into my hand. Very good. I can feel it coming now. Just each and every memory, each and every pain, each and every emotion, just keep pulling them into my hand. Because it's time for us to remove that memory now, so that you can heal and get better. Have I got all the memory of that? I'm going to offer that up to the universe, and may the light of the universe always accompany you. But I'd like now to be able to fill this area in your tummy now with love, light and new energy. So if you had a colour that you could choose